Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talking about Africa in 1945, 2023 and 2050. We'll be looking at how the continent has changed over the past 77 years and what the future holds for the Africa. In 1945, Africa was a very different place than it is today. The continent is still largely under European colonial rule, with only a handful of independent countries such as Egypt, Ethiopia, and South Africa. The population was also much smaller at around 220 million of people. Today, Africa is much more independent and prosperous continent. All but two countries are now self-governing and the population has grown to over 1.4 billion people. Africa is also home of some of the fastest growing economies in the world. Looking ahead to 2050, Africa is expected to be one of the most dynamic and prosperous continents in the world. The population is projected to reach 2.5 billion people and the economy is expected to grow by over 5% per year. Here is a table comparing Africa in 1945, 2022 and 2050. Africa has come a long way since 1945. The continent is now more independent, prosperous, and healthy than ever before. Looking ahead to 2050, Africa is expected to be one of the most dynamic and prosperous continents in the world. In addition to quantitative data, here are some quantitative observations about the changes in Africa over the past 77 years. In 1945, there were growing movement for political independence in Africa. This movement gained momentum in the following decades and by the end of 20th century, but two African countries had become independent. Africa has expected rapid economic growth in recent decades. This growth has been driven by a number of factors, including the rise of industries such as mining and telecommunication and the expansion of trade with other parts of the world. Africa has also made significant social progress in recent decades. Life expectancy has increased, literacy rates have improved, and poverty rates have declined. These advances have been made possible by investment in education, healthcare, and other social programs. Despite the progress that has been made, Africa still faces a number of challenges. Millions of Africans still live in poverty. This is a major challenge that needs addressed in order to achieve sustainable development. Africa is also home to a number of conflicts. These conflicts can displace people, disrupt economy, and lead to humanitarian crises. Africa is particularly to the effects of climate changes. This is a major challenge that need to be addressed in order to protect the continent's people and economies. Africa is a continent with a bright future. The continent has a young and growing population, a rich natural resource base, and a strong economic power. With the right policies and investment, Africa can achieve sustainable development and become a major player in global economy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on Africa 1945, 2022 and 2050. Please like this video and share it with your friends, and for more videos please subscribe my channel.